The most direct and rapid means to self-realization goes by various names, including A. Self-inquiry, B. Self-abidance, C. Self-attention, D. Self-awareness, E. Abiding as awareness, F. Awareness of awareness, G. Awareness, aware of itself, H. Awareness, watching awareness. In Chapter 1, the 7 sages tell you about self-awareness and how to practice it. Chapter 2 has step-by-step practice instructions for the awareness watching awareness method. It begins with the preliminary instructions, and following that are the practice instructions. Chapter 3 further clarifies how to practice the awareness watching awareness method. The purpose of the self-awareness practice is to bring the imposter self to its final end so that you can remain eternally as your true self, which is absolutely perfect, infinite awareness, love, bliss, that has never experienced any sorrow or suffering in all of eternity. The imposter self is very deceptive and has millions of potential strategies to preserve its imaginary self. There are as many such strategies as there are possible combinations of thoughts, ideas, belief, concepts, and opinions. The 2 great keys to stop the imposter self from using those strategies are, number 1, the awakening of the extremely intense desire for liberation, and number 2, self-honesty. Self-honesty begins by actually seeing the imposter self's preservation strategies. The quotes in Chapter 1 are the same as the quotes in Step 7 from the book, The 7 Steps to Awakening. Chapters 2 and 3 are essentially the same as Chapters 7 and 8 from the book, The Most Direct Means to Eternal Bliss. Self-Awareness Practice Instructions is Book 1 in a series of 6 books called the Self-Realization Series. One purpose of the Self-Realization Series is to put just one category of quotes into a small book that has the advantage of making it easier to focus, meditate on, grasp, and have insight into just one subject at a time. That makes the approach simple, easier, and less complicated. The idea is to stay focused on just one subject until you have received everything you need to receive from that one subject. Most people go on to the next subject without ever having learned to apply to their lives the subject they are studying now. The Self-Realization series of books are practice manuals aimed at helping sincere seekers of self-realization master one key to self-realization at a time. Chapter 1, Self-Awareness Practice Instructions. Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi. 1439. If you observe awareness steadily, this awareness itself as Guru will reveal the truth. 1440. Instead of looking outward at objects, you observe that looking. 1441. The only true and full awareness is awareness of awareness. Till awareness is awareness of itself, it knows no peace at all. 1442. True natural awareness which goes not after alien object as the heart. Since actionless awareness shines as real being, its joy consists in concentration on itself. 1443. Not like other things unreal, but always by its being real, the self as permanent awareness has no other dwelling place than its own radiant awareness. 1444. The self, our being, is awareness. 1445. The method of self-inquiry is to turn the outward going mind back to its source, the heart, the self, and fix it ever there, preventing the rising of the empty I. 1446. Inquiry is making the mind abide firm in the self till the false ego illusion seed has perished. 1447. One who has wisely chosen the straight path of self-inquiry can never go astray, For like the bright, clear sun, the self reveals itself, direct to whoso turns towards it. 1448. Undiluted by whatever else may come and go, unwinking, watch the self, because the little fault of forgetting for one moment one's true being as pure awareness brings tremendous loss. 1449. If you refrain from looking at this or that or any other object, then by that overpowering look into absolute being, you become yourself, the boundless space of pure awareness, which alone is real being. 1450. Unbroken self-awareness is the true bright path of devotion or love. Knowledge of our inherent nature is indivisible bliss supreme, wells up as love. Sri Annamalai Swami. 1451. Questioner. But is it enough to be aware of the awareness? Annamalai Swami. You are repeating the question, so I will repeat the answer. If you remain in the state of consciousness, there will be nothing apart from it. No problems, no misery, no questions. 1452. Ignorance is ignorance of the self, and to remove it, self-awareness is required. When you come to an awareness of the self, ignorance vanishes. If you don't lose contact with the self, ignorance can never arise. 1453. Bhagavan spoke about turning inwards to face the self. That is all that is needed. If we look outwards, we become entangled with objects, and we lose awareness of the self shining within us. But when by repeated practice we gain the strength to keep our focus on the self within, we become one with it, and the darkness of self-ignorance vanishes. 1454. Tayu Manovar, a Tamil saint, whom Bhagavan often quoted, wrote in one of his poems, "My guru merely told me that I am consciousness. Having heard this, I held onto consciousness. What he told me was just one sentence, but I cannot describe the bliss I attained from holding on to that one simple sentence. Through that one sentence I attained a peace and a happiness that can never be explained in words." 1455. You can only put your attention on one thing at a time. While it is on the mind or the body, it cannot be on the self. Conversely, if you put attention on the self and become absorbed in it, there will be no awareness of mind or body. 1456. You have forcibly to drag your wandering attention back to the self each time it shows an interest in going anywhere else. 1457. While the search was on, that which was being sought was in reality that through which the seeing was taking place. You were looking for an object that finally turned out to be the subject that was doing the seeing. 1458. Even the sequence, "To whom has this thought come?" to me is based on an ignorance of the truth. Why? Because it is verbalizing a state of ignorance. It is perpetuating an erroneous assumption that there is a person who is having troublesome thoughts. You are the self, not some make-believe person who is having thoughts. Sri Sadhu Om. 1459. Clinging to the consciousness, and thereby acquiring a greater and greater intensity of concentration upon it, is diving deep within. Instead of thus diving within, many, thinking that they are engaged in self-inquiry, sit down for hours together, simply repeating mentally and vocally, "Who am I?" or "Whence am I?" There are others again who, when they sit for inquiry, face their thoughts and endlessly repeat mentally the following questions taught by Sri Bhagwan. To who come these thoughts? To me. Who am I? Or sometimes they even wait for the next thought to come up so that they can fling these questions at it. Even this is futile. 1460. We should not remain watching what is the next thought. Merely to keep on questioning in this manner is not self-attention. 1461. By saying, "This is the direct path for all," Sri Bhagwan points out that anyone, however weak his mind may be, can acquire through this path that true strength of mind which is required to abide in one's source. Therefore, taking to self-attention, which is the real introversion, is by itself far better than giving any other target to the mind. 1462. If our attention is directed only towards ourself, our knowledge of our existence alone is nourished, and since the mind is not attended to, it is deprived of its strength. 1463. When, through the aforesaid self-attention, we are more and more firmly fixed in our existence consciousness, the tendencies will be destroyed, because there is no one to attend to them. 1464. The feeling I am is the experience common to one and all. 1465. The pure existence consciousness I am is not a thought. This consciousness is our nature. I am a man is not our pure consciousness. It is only our thought. Sri Muruganar, 1466. That which dwells within all that is, that through which awareness itself becomes aware, that which exists in each thing as its individual nature, is the true I that shines as pure consciousness. 1467. The indivisible reality that dwells within is consciousness itself. 1468. The truth of the self shines as the pure consciousness underlying the mind. The fitting course is to discern it in the heart through being consciousness, and then to establish it firmly there through deep contemplation, so that the fetters of worldly bondage, the companions of lustful infatuation, disappear, being revealed as false. The liberation, the mark of the real, shines forth. 1469. Bitter worldly bondage arises through the degrading error of mistaking the self, being consciousness bliss, for the insentient body. It can only be removed through the certainty of the experience of self-inquiry that is filled with the divine light of consciousness. 1470. Know that the perfectly pure self will well up as a flood of deep peace in the hearts of those who have come to know reality as it truly is through inquiry. What is required is to perform worship of that self with a collected mind, so that the mind melts away through the power of a true love that is free of guile. Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, 1471. It is the doing as I tell you that will bring light, not my telling you. 1472. Giving attention to attention, aware of being aware, affectionate awareness is the crucial factor that brings reality into focus. 1473. Awareness is undivided. Awareness is aware of itself. 1474. When this awareness turns upon itself, you may call it as the supreme state. 1475. What you need is to be aware of being aware. 1476. Being aware of being conscious and seek the source of consciousness. 1477. Awareness is unattached and unshaken. It is lucid, silent, peaceful, alert and unafraid, without desire or fear. Meditate on it as your true being. 1478. Awareness itself is all important, not the content of it. Deepen and broaden your awareness of yourself, and all the blessings will flow. 1479. You are conscious. Hold on to it. 1480. The mind must learn that beyond the moving mind, there is the background of awareness, which does not change. The mind must come to know the true self and respect it and cease covering it up. 1481. The seer becomes conscious of himself as the seer. 1482. Mere knowledge is not enough. The knower must be known. 1483. To break the spell of the known, the knower must be brought to the forefront. 1484. Forget the known, but remember that you are the knower. Don't be all the time immersed in your experiences. 1485. Meet yourself as the knower apart from the known. Once you know yourself as pure being, the ecstasy of freedom is your own. 1486. Without the knowledge of the knower, there can be no peace. 1487. To go beyond, you must look away from the mind and its contents. 1488. Moods are in the mind and do not matter. Go within, go beyond, cease being fascinated by the content of your consciousness. 1489. It is the nature of the mind to roam about. All you can do is to shift the focus of consciousness beyond the mind. 1490. The all-important word is try. A lot, enough time daily for sitting quietly and trying, just trying to go beyond the personality. 1491. What matters is the persistence with which you keep on returning to yourself. 1492. All you need to do is to try and try again. 1493. You just keep on trying until you succeed. If you persevere, there can be no failure. What matters supremely is sincerity, earnestness. You must really have had sure fit of being the person you are. Now see the urgent need of being free of this unnecessary self-identification with a bundle of memories and habits. The steady resistance against the unnecessary is the secret of success. 1494. Maharaj, it is not a matter of easy or difficult. You have no alternative. Either you try or you don't. It is up to you. Questioner, I have tried many times and failed. Maharaj, try again. If you keep on trying, something may happen. But if you don't, you are stuck. You may know all the right words, quote the scriptures, be brilliant in your discussions, and yet remain a bag of bones. Or you may be inconspicuous and humble, an insignificant person altogether, yet glowing with loving kindness and deep wisdom. 1495. The mind will rebel in the beginning, but with patience and perseverance it will yield and keep quiet. 1496. All our habits go against it, and the task of fighting them is long and hard sometimes, but clear understanding helps a lot. 1497. When I met my guru, he told me, you are not what you take yourself to be. Find out what you are. Watch the sense I am and find your real self. I obeyed him because I trusted him. I did as he told me. All my spare time I would spend looking at myself in silence, and what a difference it made. And how soon! It took me only 3 years to realize my true nature. My guru died soon after I met him, but it made no difference. I remembered what he told me and persevered. 1498. I used to sit for hours together with nothing but the I am in my mind, and soon peace and joy and a deep, all-embracing love became my normal state. In it, all disappeared, myself, my guru, the life I lived, the world around me. Only peace remained and unfathomable silence. 1499. You have only to look and see, look at yourself, at your own being. 1500. Awareness is primordial. It is the original state, beginningless, endless, uncaused, unsupported, without parts, without change. 1501. All happiness comes from awareness. The more we are conscious, the deeper the joy. 1502. Awareness is the point at which the mind reaches out beyond itself into reality. 1503. At all times consciousness remains the same. To know it as it is is realization and timeless peace. 1504. Do not undervalue attention. It means interest and also love. 1505. Give attention to the reality within you, and it will come to light. 1506. Look at yourself, toward yourself, into yourself. 1507. Intelligence is the door to freedom, and alert attention is the mother of intelligence. 1508. You are in bondage by inadvertence, attention liberates. 1509. Look at yourself steadily, it is enough. 1510. Seek within, your own self is your best friend. 1511. The self by its nature knows itself only. 1512. Being shines as knowing. Knowing is warm in love. It is all one. You imagine separations and trouble yourself with questions. 1513. Being is consciousness. 1514. Establish yourself firmly in the awareness of I am. This is the beginning and also the end of all endeavor. 1515. Why not turn away from the experience to the experiencer and realize the full import of the only true statement you can make, I am. 1516. Separate the observed from the observer and abandon false identifications. 1517. Be true to your own self. Love yourself absolutely. 1518. You will be a fully awakened witness of the field of consciousness, but there should be no feelings and ideas to stand between you and the field. 1521. Maharaj, your own self is your ultimate teacher. The outer teacher is merely a milestone. It is only your inner teacher that will walk with you to the goal, for he is the goal. Questioner, the inner teacher is not easily reached. Maharaj, since he is in you and with you, the difficulty cannot be serious. Look within and you will find him. Questioner, when I look within, I find sensations and perceptions, thoughts and feelings, desires and fears, memories and expectations. I am immersed in this cloud and see nothing else. Maharaj, that which sees all this, and the nothing too, is the inner teacher. He alone is, all else only appears to be. He is your own self, your hope and assurance of freedom. Find him and cling to him, and you will be saved and safe. 1522. It is the person you imagine yourself to be that suffers, not you. Dissolve it in awareness. It is merely a bundle of memories and habits. From the awareness of the unreal to the awareness of your real nature, there is a chasm which you will easily cross once you have mastered the art of pure awareness. 1523. Who has not the daring will not accept the real, even when offered. Unwillingness born out of fear is the only obstacle. 1524. Only the waking up is important. 1525. Meet your own self. Be with your own self. Listen to it. Obey it. Cherish it. Keep it in mind ceaselessly. You need no other guide. 1526. To become free, your attention must be drawn to the I am, the witness. 1527. Relax and watch the I am. 1528. The awareness that you are will open your eyes to what you are. It is all very simple. First of all, establish a constant contact with yourself. Be with yourself all the time. Into self-awareness all blessings flow. 1529. Evil is the shadow of inattention. In the light of self-awareness, it will wither and fall off. 1530. Only what you discover through your own awareness, your own effort, will be of permanent use to you. Sri Vasistha, 1531. It is by the action of consciousness becoming aware of itself that intelligence manifests itself, not when consciousness apprehends an inert object. 1532. The one self perceives itself within itself as the infinite consciousness. 1533. This ocean of world appearance can be crossed only when you are firmly established in supreme wisdom, when you see the self with the self alone, and when your intelligence is not diverted or colored by sense perceptions. 1534. Without delay, one should endeavor to see the self. 1535. Contemplate the sole reality of consciousness for the cessation of repeated birth. Taste the pure consciousness, which is in truth the very essence of all that exists, by resolutely renouncing objectivity of consciousness, all the concepts and precepts, and contemplating the changeless consciousness, which is infinite. 1536. Know that you are the essence of consciousness. 1537. Remain as pure consciousness without any disturbance in it. 1538. Be firmly established in this wisdom and discard the impure notion of ego sense from your heart. When the pure heart contemplates the infinite space of consciousness, which is the source of all bliss, and which is within easy reach of all, it rests in the Supreme Self. 1539. The mind should rest in pure consciousness as pure consciousness. 1540. Consciousness alone is the heart of all beings, not the piece of flesh which people call the heart. 1541. That self, or the infinite consciousness, knows itself by itself, experiences itself in itself by itself. 1542. Now that you have lost the false characteristic of a mind, you exist as the Supreme Being, or the infinite consciousness, freed from all limitation and conditioning. 1543. With my vision turned upon the self, I rest in the self. 1544. Infinite consciousness, which is devoid of concepts and extremely subtle, knows itself. 1545. Consciousness being its own object is consciousness at all times. 1546. Abandon the habit of apprehending the objects with your mind. The knowers of that self have seen what is worth seeing. 1547. It is the awareness in all that is sentient. It knows itself as its own object. 1548. This is the supreme meditation. This is the supreme worship, the continuous and unbroken awareness of the indwelling presence, inner light or consciousness. 1549. One should realize one's essential nature as pure consciousness. Thus does one attain liberation. 1550. The self realizes the self. The self sees the self on account of its own self-luminous nature. 1551. It is only the self that becomes aware of the self. 1552. The consciousness is freed from the object. There is pure inner consciousness. 1553. The consciousness becomes conscious of its own consciousness. It cannot be realized otherwise. 1554. Only the self knows the self. 1555. Consciousness remains consciousness and is realized by consciousness. 1556. Consciousness shines as consciousness. 1557. Since there is neither a contradiction nor a division in consciousness, it is self-evident. 1558. Consciousness alone exists in consciousness. 1559. I abandoned all material and physical concepts and held on to the vision of pure consciousness. 1560. He who is enlightened sees not the diversity. 1561. I practiced concentration. I sat in a lotus posture and remained as pure consciousness. I gathered all the rays of the mind which were dissipated over 1,000 things and focused them on my own heart. 1562. The self is its own object now, and there is no other externalizing activity. Hence, it shines in itself as itself. 1563. The self knows itself. 1564. You have heard all this, but do you not rest in the truth? Only by constant practice does this truth become fully established. 1565. His mind is at rest who enjoys observing and watching himself, and is disinterested in external events and observations. When one's awareness is thus firmly held within oneself, the mind abandons its usual restlessness and flows towards wisdom. 1566. You are the seer, you are consciousness. 1567. Consciousness is conscious of itself as consciousness. 1568. The light of the enlightened itself is self-awareness. 1569. Behold the light of consciousness within yourself, by yourself. Sri Sankara. 1570. Turning one's purified awareness within on the witness as pure consciousness, one should gradually bring it to stillness and then become aware of the perfection of one's true nature. 1571. This has the nature of self-awareness, since it is conscious itself. 1572. They who rest on the self that is conscious, who have put away the outward, the imaginations of the ear and the senses, and selfish personality, they verily are free from the bonds and snares of the world, but not they who only meditate on what others have seen. 1573. Through intending the inner mind to it, gain the vision of the self. 1574. The universal self is witness of itself. Chapter 2. Awareness watching awareness. Practice instructions. Preliminary instructions. Number 1. Set aside as much time every day to practice the awareness watching awareness method as you are willing to set aside. Number 2. Every day drop as many unnecessary activities as you can to create more time to practice the awareness watching awareness method. Number 3. If you are not willing to drop all unnecessary activities in order to create the maximum amount of time every day for practice, then read chapter step 5 in the book, The 7 Steps to Awakening, as many times as needed until the extremely intense desire for liberation awakens in you. Or you could read the book Inspiration and Encouragement on the Path to Self-Realization, which is the same as chapter step 5 from the book The 7 Steps to Awakening, over and over again. If that is not enough, you could read the book The Desire for Liberation, which is part of the same series. If that is not enough, read one chapter every day from the book The 7 Steps to Awakening. After you finish the book, read it again. Read the book The 7 Steps to Awakening cover to cover as many times as is necessary to awaken the extremely intense desire for liberation in you. Number 4. Eating food and taking a shower are examples of necessary activities. 5. For some people, working to earn a living is an example of a necessary activity. 6. For some people, taking care of their children is an example of a necessary activity. 7. Some categories of unnecessary activities are entertainment, hobbies, etc. 8. Practice for at least 2 hours every day. Use all of your free time for practice, and practice for the maximum number of hours per day you are able to. Number 9. If you are retired and can practice for 12 hours every day, consider doing so. Number 10. It is better if you can be undisturbed and alone during your practice. 11. If you practice at home, you can ask the people you live with not to disturb you when you are practicing unless there is an emergency. 12. Or you can find some other place to practice where you will not be disturbed. A quiet place is best. 13. Bodily posture is not important in the awareness watching awareness method. 14. However, since one wishes to turn the attention away from the body, it is important that the body is comfortable and relaxed and not causing any pain. 15. You can do the practice sitting cross-legged or sitting on a chair or sitting on a sofa or a couch or even lying down on your bed if you are able to do so without falling asleep. 16. Make sure the posture is comfortable and does not cause any pain or strain. 17. Make sure the posture helps you to ignore the body and turn your attention away from the body. Make sure the posture does not cause your attention to be directed towards the body. 18. For the purposes of this practice, the following definitions of the words awareness and thought must be used. 19. Thought. Thoughts are the words of your native language in your mind. 20. If your native language is English, thoughts are those words in your mind. 21. If you are fluent in 2 languages, then thoughts are the words of those 2 languages in your mind. 22. Awareness. When you wake up from sleep, awareness is that consciousness that woke up from sleep. 23. Thoughts come and thoughts go. The background of awareness does not come and go. The background of awareness is continuous during all your waking hours until you go to sleep again. 24. Awareness is you, your consciousness, just your awareness that is looking through your eyes right now. 25. The words awareness, consciousness, attention, observing, watching, looking, seeing, and concentrating all have the same meaning in the practice instructions. 26. Awareness is not thought. 27. Awareness is that which is conscious of thought or conscious of the absence of thought. 28. Both when there are thoughts and when there are no thoughts, the background of awareness is aware. The background of awareness is continuous during all of the waking hours until you go to sleep again. During deep sleep, the thinker is no longer aware of the background of awareness. 29. Awareness is not emotions. 30. Awareness is that which is conscious of emotions, or conscious of the absence of emotions. 31. When there are emotions and when there are no emotions, the background of awareness is aware. Because your awareness is continuous during all of the waking hours until you go to sleep again. 32. Awareness is not the object seen by the eyes. 33. Awareness is that which is conscious of the objects seen by the eyes, or conscious of the absence of the object seen by the eyes. 34. Your awareness is aware if the eyes are open, seeing objects, and when your eyes are closed, not seeing objects, because your awareness is continuous during all the waking hours until you go to sleep again. 35. Awareness is not the thought I. 36. Awareness is that which is conscious of the thought I, or conscious of the absence of the thought I. 37. Both when you think I and when you do not think I, your awareness is aware, because your awareness is continuous during all the waking hours. 38. Awareness is not desire. 39. Awareness is that which is conscious of desire or conscious of the absence of desire. 40. Both when there is desire and when there is no desire, you are aware, because your awareness is continuous until you go to sleep again. 41. Awareness is not something far away or mysterious. 42. Awareness is not that which is looking through your eyes reading this sentence. 43. Just your ordinary everyday awareness. 44. Not some special awareness. 45. Awareness is that which wakes up in the morning and remains conscious until you go to sleep at night. 46. Awareness is not any of the things nor experiences perceived. Awareness is that which is conscious of the things or experiences. Awareness is also that which is conscious of the absence of things or experiences. 47. Try an experiment. 48. Look at an object in the room. 49. Notice the awareness looking through your eyes. 50. Now shut your eyes and notice that you are still aware. 51. It is the same awareness that a moment ago was looking at the room. 52. Now, with your eyes still closed, observe your awareness. 53. The following practice instructions are the awareness watching awareness method described with carefully chosen slightly different words. 54. The practice instructions are called descriptions. 55. Use only one description per practice session. 56. If you are going to practice for 1, 2, or 3 hours today, then for that entire time, you should use the same description. 57. Try description A first. 58. Use a different description each day until you have tried all of the descriptions. 59. Then choose the description that was the easiest for you to understand and to practice, and from then on, use only that description. 60. Some descriptions might for a moment have you start with your eyes open. However, once you are instructed to close your eyes, keep your eyes closed. 61. The awareness watching awareness method is always practiced with the eyes closed. 62. When you are observing your awareness, just remain with that. 63. There is no need to do anything else. 64. Awareness is empty. 65. It is just awareness being aware of itself. 66. It is not a special type of awareness. 67. It is just your ordinary everyday awareness that you normally go through the day with looking at yourself. 68. You can record the descriptions on an audio cassette or CD, etc. for your personal use. 68. Record only one description per recording. 70. Listen to only one description during a practice session. 71. It is better not to interrupt your practice session by having to turn your recording off. 72. That is why it is best to record only one description per recording. 73. Repeat the same description on the recording every 30 minutes. The awareness watching awareness method practice instructions. 74. Description A. Shut your eyes. Notice your awareness. Observe your awareness. Turn your attention away from the world, body, and thought, and towards awareness watching awareness. Every time you notice you are thinking, turn your attention away from thought and back towards awareness, watching awareness. Watch your awareness, not your thoughts. 75. Description B. Look out at the room and notice your awareness looking out through your eyes. Now shut your eyes and notice the same awareness is still there that a moment ago was looking outward at the room. Observe that awareness. If you notice thoughts, ignore the thoughts and turn your attention away from the thoughts and towards awareness, observing awareness. 76. Description C. Shut your eyes. Notice that you are conscious. Watch that consciousness. Every time you notice a thought, turn your attention away from the thought and continue watching your consciousness. Do not watch your thoughts. Watch your consciousness. Consciousness watching consciousness. Consciousness, conscious of consciousness. 77. Description D. Shut your eyes. Turn your attention away from thought and watch the watcher. 78. Description E. Shut your eyes. Notice your awareness. Be aware of your awareness. If you notice that you are thinking, turn your attention away from thought and towards awareness of awareness. 79. Description F. Shut your eyes. Just remain in awareness, aware of itself. If there are thoughts, turn your attention away from the thoughts and back to awareness, aware of itself. 80. Description G. Shut your eyes. You observe your awareness. Whenever there are thoughts, turn your observation away from the thoughts and continue to observe your awareness. 81. Description H. Shut your eyes. Turn your attention towards awareness and concentrate on awareness. Concentrate in a relaxed manner without effort. Every time thoughts are noticed, turn your attention away from the thoughts and back towards concentrating on awareness. 82. Description I. Shut your eyes. Be aware of being aware. Now remain in that awareness of awareness. If there are thoughts, turn your awareness away from the thoughts and continue being aware of being aware. 83. Description J. Shut your eyes. Notice you are aware. Look at the awareness. Remain in awareness, looking at awareness. If thoughts arise, look away from the thoughts and continue looking at awareness. Remain in that awareness, looking at awareness. 84. Description K. Shut your eyes. Your present awareness, watching your present awareness while ignoring all else. 85. Description L. Look at the room. Notice your attention looking through your eyes. Shut your eyes and turn your attention around to look at itself. Attention, attending to attention. Remain with that. Don't move from that. Don't attend to anything else. Don't attend to thought. Attend only to attention. 86. Description M. Look at the room. Notice your awareness, looking through your eyes. Now shut your eyes. Notice that same awareness that was looking through your eyes a moment ago. Now turn that awareness around 180 degrees away from the world, the body and thought, and towards itself, towards awareness, aware of awareness. 87. Description N. Look at the room. Or if you are outdoors, look at the sky. Your awareness is the seer. Shut your eyes. See the seer. Turn your attention away from thought and towards the seer. 88. Description O. Shut your eyes. Turn your attention away from the known. Now know the knower. 89. Description P. Shut your eyes. Awareness, aware, only of awareness. Remain there. Dwell there. Be there. Live there. 90. Description Q. Shut your eyes. One awareness observing one awareness. Not two. One observing the other. Only one. Observe your awareness. If you notice thinking, do not attempt to complete the thought. Drop the thought. Let go of the thought, as though you had no interest in the thought. Continue observing your awareness. 91. Description R. Shut your eyes. Observe your awareness. Relax into your awareness. Remain there in awareness. Aware only of awareness. 92. Description S. Shut your eyes. Turn your awareness away from what your awareness is aware of and towards awareness aware only of itself. 93. Description T. Shut your eyes. Directly experience awareness by observing awareness and relaxing into awareness. Rest in awareness of awareness. Rest in awareness aware only of itself. Remain in awareness. Do not remain in thought. 94. Description U. There are the things you are aware of. There is the awareness that is aware of the things. Instead of observing the things, observe the awareness. Shut your eyes. There are thoughts and feelings. There is the awareness that is aware of the thoughts and feelings. Instead of observing the thoughts and feelings, observe the awareness. 95. Description V. Shut your eyes. Do not observe thought. Observe awareness. Awareness observing awareness is empty. There is no thing to observe there. Don't complicate it by thinking there is more to it. Awareness is subtle. In awareness, observing awareness, there is only awareness. It is simple. Remain in awareness, observing itself. 96. Description W. Shut your eyes. Focus on the awareness that thoughts are arising in. Do not focus on the thoughts. Thoughts come and thoughts go. The awareness in which the thoughts are arising does not come and go. Be aware of the awareness that does not come and go. When there are thoughts, watch the awareness, not the thoughts. When there are no thoughts, watch the awareness. Thoughts or no thoughts, continue to observe the awareness. Continue to relax in and be aware of awareness. Remain there, dwell there, be there, live there. 97. Description X. Shut your eyes. If you see darkness, turn your attention away from the darkness and towards awareness of awareness. If you see light, turn your attention away from the light and towards awareness, aware only of awareness. If you notice your breathing, turn your attention away from the breathing and towards awareness, aware only of awareness. Whatever you become aware of, turn your attention away from it and towards awareness of awareness. 98. Description Y. Shut your eyes. Awareness, not aware of thoughts. Awareness, not aware of emotions. Awareness, not aware of anything except awareness. Awareness, aware of nothing except awareness. The background of awareness, aware only of the background of awareness. Awareness, aware only of awareness. Awareness only. Awareness alone. 99. Description Z. Shut your eyes. Let go of the idea that you own awareness. Let go of the idea that you control awareness. Let the infinite awareness be what it is without your trying to control it. Relax and observe the awareness. Let go of everything and observe the awareness. Relax completely and observe the awareness. With as little effort as possible and with a gentle, kind, easy, relaxed, loving approach, observe the awareness. Chapter 3. Further clarification of the awareness watching awareness method. Number 1. These further clarifications have been placed in a separate chapter because the practice instructions for the awareness watching awareness method are simple and they should remain simple. Number 2. It is not helpful to bring concepts with you into the practice. Number 3. It is best just to focus on the simple practice instructions. Number 4. One of the things you might wonder about is what to do after you start watching your awareness. Number 5. There is nothing else to be done. 6. You just continue with awareness watching awareness. 7. There are no objects to see. 8. Awareness is empty. There is nothing to observe in awareness. 9. Just continue for the entire practice session, watching your awareness. Only awareness watching awareness, and nothing else. 10. Don't expect any type of experience. 11. If you wonder whether you will have some kind of spiritual experience, then that very wondering means you have added something to awareness, watching awareness. 12. Never add anything to awareness, watching awareness. 13. The key is to be content just watching your awareness and not to move from that, and do not add anything to that. 14. You may or may not have some kind of spiritual experience. However, you should never expect any kind of spiritual experience. 15. If you wonder if the state is going to deepen, that very wondering means you have added something to the awareness watching awareness practice. 16. Never add anything to the awareness watching awareness method. 17. Just be content with awareness watching awareness. 18. You should look at it like awareness. Watching awareness is all there is. There is nothing more. 19. When practicing the awareness watching awareness method, you are not seeking anything. 20. You are observing, not seeking. 21. If you were seeking something, then there would be seeking and awareness watching awareness. 22. That would mean you added seeking to the awareness watching awareness practice. 23. Never add anything to the awareness watching awareness practice. Just be content to continue with awareness watching awareness without adding anything to it. 24. The best practice session is when there are no thoughts. 25. If there are thoughts, turn your attention away from the thoughts and towards awareness watching awareness. 26. Do not encourage thoughts. 27. Do not try to complete a thought. 28. Do not turn your attention towards thoughts. 29. Do not think about thinking. 30. If thoughts are happening, do not make a problem out of it. Just turn your attention away from thoughts and towards awareness watching awareness. 31. Just remain with awareness watching awareness. 32. When awareness is watching awareness, something extraordinary is happening. 33. You are for the first time turning inward. 34. Your true nature is awareness. 35. What you really are at your core is awareness. 36. Therefore, in awareness watching awareness, you are for the first time observing and knowing yourself. 37. However, you should not think about that or anything else written in this chapter while practicing awareness watching awareness, because then you would be adding those thoughts to the practice. 38. The reason for pointing out that you are doing something extraordinary while practicing awareness watching awareness is because at first you might think, what else? Or so what? 39. Just continue to practice and forget about what else or so what. 40. By turning your attention away from thoughts and towards awareness watching awareness, you are doing something that will change your life completely if you are sincere and continue to practice. 41. Most humans live their lives always looking outward at people, places, and things. 42. By turning your attention away from the world, body, and thought, and towards awareness watching awareness, you are doing something extraordinary. 43. It might take a few days, a few weeks, or for some people a few months to start to feel something. 44. At first it is subtle, and you won't know what it is. You will know that you like it. 45. It is pleasant. 46. A new subtle feeling. 47. You are beginning to feel eternal life, love, peace. 48. However, you should not have any expectations about that, because if you expect that, then you are adding that expectation to your awareness watching awareness practice. 49. Never add anything to your awareness watching awareness practice. 50. Just remain in awareness watching awareness while ignoring all else. 51. Just stay there. 52. Just remain in that. 53. Don't look for something else. 54. While you are practicing the awareness watching awareness method, 55. Just stay there. 56. Relax there. 57. Don't seek something other than awareness watching awareness. 58. Don't seek any other state. 59. Don't seek deeper awareness. 60. Don't seek anything. 61. Just remain in awareness watching awareness. 62. Be happy that it is simple. 63. Don't seek more than that. 64. It is just a simple state. 65. Don't seek peace. 66. Let peace come on its own, if it is going to come, without your expecting or seeking it. 67. Just remain with awareness, watching awareness, and every time a thought arises, turn your awareness away from the thought and towards awareness, watching awareness. 68. Continue to practice every day. 69. Look at it as though all you were seeking was the awareness watching awareness itself and not something else. Be content with staying in awareness watching awareness without moving from it. 70. Some days the mind may be noisy. However, if you keep on practicing, a good day will appear when your practice will go very deep without your trying to make it go deep. 71. Never think about deep or shallow. 72. If you think about deep or shallow, you would be adding something to the awareness watching awareness practice. 73. Just be content to remain with awareness watching awareness, regardless if it seems like a good practice session or not. 74. Some days your emotions may be turbulent. 75. Ignore the turbulent feelings and turn your attention away from the emotions and towards awareness watching awareness. 76. If you continue practicing the awareness, watching, awareness method every day, eventually you will start to enjoy awareness, watching, awareness. 77. How long it will take to begin enjoying awareness, watching, awareness is different for different people. 78. It may take days, weeks, or for some people months before they begin to enjoy the practice. 79. The point is, if you find it difficult to remain with awareness, watching, awareness in the beginning, don't give up. Practice every day, on the good days and on the noisy mind or turbulent feeling days also. 80. Just continue turning your attention away from thoughts and towards awareness, watching, awareness. 81. You should not be expecting the day when you will start to enjoy awareness, watching, awareness, because then you would be adding something to the awareness, watching, awareness practice. 82. The best kind of awareness, watching, awareness practice session is one that is empty. 83. Awareness, watching, awareness, and nothing else. 84. Just stay there. Just be there. 86. Dwell there. 87. Remain there. 88. Don't seek anything different. Just be content with awareness, watching, awareness. 89. Relax and continue watching your awareness. 90. There is a way to look at it. 91. Awareness, watching, awareness is similar to falling in love. 92. You spend time with someone. 93. You watch them. You observe them. 94. You do not yet know them. 95. You continue to observe them. 96. You don't have expectations because you don't know them well enough yet to have expectations. 97. You continue to observe them. 98. Some days you have pleasant feelings while you observe them. 99. Some days you have unpleasant feelings while you observe them. 100. You continue to observe them. 101. Every day you come to know them better, even though you may not be aware that you are coming to know them better. 102. Then one day suddenly and unexpectedly you fall in love. 103. Awareness, watching, awareness is similar to that. 104. Just don't expect anything and continue watching your awareness. 105. The fact that nothing is happening is great. 106. If it seems like day after day it is just the same, only awareness, watching, awareness, that is great. 107. Just remain content with that. 108. If you think it is going to change, then you are adding something to awareness, watching, awareness, in the form of an expectation that it is going to change. 109. Look at awareness, watching, awareness as enough, just as it is. 110. Continue your practice every day. 111. When will you fall in love with awareness, watching, awareness? 112. It may be after 1 month, or after many months or years of practice. 113. There may or may not be confirmation along the way. 114. Do not be concerned about whether you are progressing or not. Progress may be imperceptible to the practitioner. 115. Some people will reach the point where just closing their eyes brings awareness, joy, even before they have started the practice. 116. You should not expect it, because then you have added something to the awareness, watching, awareness method. 117. Some people may experience turbulence for many years before peace, or vice versa. 118. Persevere and continue to practice. 119. You can look upon your awareness as something that wants you to watch it without expecting anything from it, like someone who wants to be loved for what they are and not for what they can give you. 120. Continue to watch awareness and do not expect peace, love, joy. 121. Peace, love, joy come on its own, without your expecting it. 122. What you truly are is absolutely perfect, infinite, eternal awareness, love, bliss. 123. By having your attention turned towards the world, the body and thought all the time, you imagine you are a body subject to disease, death, and suffering. 124. By turning your attention towards awareness, you are for the first time observing what you are. 125. When practicing, do not think about what you are. 126. Watch awareness without expecting anything. 127. Do not watch your thoughts. 128. Turn your attention away from your thoughts and watch your empty awareness. 129. Observe the observing. 130. Observe the awareness. 131. If you remain content with awareness watching awareness, your problems will start to disappear. 132. Your misery will start to disappear. 133. Peace will come unexpectedly. 134. Joy will come unexpectedly. 135. Infinite love will come unexpectedly. 136. Awareness watching awareness is awareness being awareness. 137. Because of the long ancient habit of looking outward towards people, places, and things, the word watching is used in some of the practice instructions. 138. One takes that same habit of watching people, places, and things and shuts the eyes and turns it inwards towards awareness watching awareness. 139. That is why the word watching is used in some of the practice instructions. 140. What is real is awareness watching awareness, looking inward. 141. What is unreal is looking outward towards the world of people, places, and things. 142. Looking outward brings suffering, death, and futility. 143. Watching thoughts is not looking inward. 144. Watching feelings is not looking inward. 145. Watching breathing is not looking inward. 146. Only turning the attention away from the observed and towards the observer is looking inward. 147. Only awareness watching awareness is looking inward. 148. Looking inward is eternal liberation. 149. Looking inward is eternal life. 150. Looking inward is eternal awareness. 151. Looking inward is eternal peace. 152. Looking inward is eternal joy. 153. Looking inward is eternal love that is absolutely perfect and free of all forms of sorrow and misery. 154. That joy, that perfection is your awareness. 155. Because you always looked outwards, you never experienced it. 156. To change the long habit of looking outward, you need to practice every day. 157. Practice for as many hours every day as you can. 158. If you only practice the awareness watching awareness method for 30 minutes per day and spend the other 23 and a half hours looking outward, you will not progress very rapidly. 159. If you want rapid results, drop all your unnecessary activities to create the maximum amount of time to practice for many hours every day. 160. Maybe once per week, you can devote the whole day to practicing awareness watching awareness. 161. To come to know experience and live in infinite eternal awareness, love, bliss, is definitely worth the time spent practicing. 162. You will discover you are not a body living in a world. 163. You are eternal awareness, perfect love, joy. 164. Don't expect any of the experiences described in this chapter. Expectation will destroy the effectiveness. 165. If it seems boring the first few times you try the awareness watching awareness practice, that is okay. Continue to practice. The eternal end of all sorrow and suffering and the eternal experience of absolutely perfect, infinite awareness, love, bliss, is worth all of the time devoted to practice.